Perks of Being a Wallflower, page 73. March 28th, 1996. Dear friend, it finally started getting a little warmer here and the people are being nicer in the hallways. Not necessarily to me, just in a general way. I wrote a paper about Walden for Bill, but this time I did it differently. I didn't write a book report. I wrote a report pretending that I was by myself near a lake for 2 years. I pretended that I lived off the land and had insights. To tell you the truth, I kind of like the idea of doing that now. Ever since that night with Mary Elizabeth, everything has been different. It started out that Monday in school when Sam and Patrick looked at me with big grins. Mary Elizabeth had told them about the night we spent together, which I really didn't want her to, but Sam and Patrick thought it was great and were really happy for us. Sam kept saying, "I can't believe I didn't think of it before. You guys are great together." I think Mary Elizabeth thinks so too because she's been acting completely different. She's nice all the time, but it doesn't feel right. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, well, we'll be having a cigarette outside with Sam and Patrick at the end of the day, and we'll all be talking about something until it's time to go home. And then when I get home, Mary Elizabeth will call me right away and ask me, "What's up?" And I don't know what to say because the only new thing in my life is my walk home, which isn't a lot, but I describe the walk anyway. And then she starts talking and she doesn't stop for a long time. She's been doing this all week and pinking lint off my clothes. At one point 2 days ago, she was talking about books and she included a lot of books I had read. And when I told her that I'd read them, she asked me very long questions that were really just her ideas with a question mark put at the end. The only thing I could say was either yes or no. There was honestly no room to say anything else. After that, she started talking about her plans for college, which I had heard before, so I put down the phone and went to the bathroom, and when I came back, she was still talking. I know that was the wrong thing to do, but I thought if I didn't take a break, I would do something worse, like yell or hang up the phone. She kept talking about the Billie Holiday record she bought for me, and she says she wants to expose me to all these great things, and to tell you the truth, I don't really want to be exposed to all these great things if it means I'll have to hear Mary Elizabeth talk about all the great things she exposed me to all the time. It almost feels like the three things involved, Mary Elizabeth and me and the great things, only the first one matters to Mary Elizabeth. I don't understand that. I would give someone a record so they could love the record, not so they'd always know I gave it to them. Then there was dinner. Since the holidays were over, my mom asked if I'd like to have Sam and Patrick over for dinner, like she promised, after I told her that they had great taste in clothing. I was so excited. I told Patrick and Sam we made plans for Sunday night, and about 2 hours later, Mary Elizabeth walked up to me in the hall and said, "What time on Sunday?" I didn't know what to do. It was just for Sam and Patrick. That was the whole idea from the beginning. And I never even invited Mary Elizabeth. I guess I know why she assumed that she would be invited, but she never even waited to see or even drop a hint or anything. So at the dinner, where I wanted my mom to see how nice and great Sam and Patrick were, Mary Elizabeth talked the whole time. It wasn't all her fault. My dad and mom had more questions than they asked Patrick and Sam. I guess that's because I'm going on dates with Mary Elizabeth and they're more curious about them than my friends are. I guess that makes sense, but still, it's like they never got to meet Sam and Patrick, and that was the whole point. By the time dinner was over and they all left, my mom said that Mary Elizabeth was smart. All my dad said was that my girlfriend was pretty. They didn't say anything about Sam and Patrick, and all I wanted for them the whole night was to know my friends. That was very important to me. Sex things are weird too. It's like after that first night we had this pattern where we basically do what we did the first time. But there's no fire or Billie Holiday record because we're in a car and everything is rushed. Maybe this is the way things are supposed to be, but it doesn't feel right. My sister has been reading all these books about women ever since she told her ex-boyfriend that the pregnancy was a false alarm and he wanted to get back together, and she said no. So I asked her about Mary Elizabeth, leaving out the sex part because I knew she could not be neutral, especially since she stayed clear of the dinner. My sister said Mary Elizabeth is suffering from low self-esteem. But I told her that Sam said the same thing in November when she started dating Craig, and Sam is completely different. Everything can't be low self-esteem, can it? My sister tried to clarify things. She said that by introducing me to all these great things, Mary Elizabeth gained a superior position that she wouldn't need if she was confident by herself. She also said that people who try to control situations all the time are afraid if they don't, nothing will work out the way they want. I just don't know if this is right or not, but it made me sad regardless. Not for Mary Elizabeth or for me, just in general. Because I started to think, I don't know who Mary Elizabeth was at all. I'm not really saying she was lying to me, but she acted so different before I got to know her. And if she really isn't like that since the beginning, I wish she could have just said so. But maybe she was like it at the beginning and I just didn't realize it. I just don't want to be another thing Mary Elizabeth is in charge of. I asked my sister what I should do, and she said the best thing to do is be honest about my feelings. My psychiatrist said the same thing, and then I felt really sad because I thought maybe I was different than how Mary Elizabeth originally saw me too. And maybe I was lying by not telling her that it was hard to listen to her all the time without getting to say anything back. But I was just trying to be nice like Sam said I should. I don't know where this all went wrong. I tried to call my brother about it, but his roommate said he was really busy with school, so I decided not to leave a message, and I didn't want to distract him. The one thing I did was mail my report about Walden to him so he could share it with his girlfriend. Then maybe if they had time they could read it, and we could talk about it, and I would have a chance to ask them both what to do about Mary Elizabeth, since they were going out in a good way and would know how to make things work. Even if we didn't get to talk about it, I would still love to meet my brother's girlfriend, even on the phone. I did get to see her once on a VCR tape of my brother's football games, but it's not really the same thing. Even though she was very beautiful, but not in an unconventional way. I don't know why I'm saying all this. I just wish Mary Elizabeth would ask me questions other than, "What's up?" Love always, Charlie.